Welcome to the AI for Technical Writers podcast. This is episode 106. I'm Fred, and I'm here with Daphne.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And today, we're getting into something that's causing, well, maybe the most professional anxiety out there right now.
Definitely. AI, jobs, what happens to the human expert?
Exactly.
We know so many technical writers, IT professionals too, are really thinking hard about this, genuine concerns about, job displacement.
Mm-hmm.
So to help kind of frame that uncertainty, we've pulled some really high-level perspectives from two of the biggest names in the industry.
Yeah, this specific content came highly recommended, actually. Our producer, senior technical writer Curt Robbins, suggested it.
Wow, right.
And it offers, I think, some incredible clarity. We've been looking at key insights from a video transcript. It's a conversation between OpenAI CEO Sam Altman and G42 Group CEO Peng Xiao.
Okay.
They were speaking together at GitEx Global 2025, and you can find that footage. It's on the DD India YouTube channel.
Got it. So our mission today is really to cut through some of the noise, the fear maybe, and just distill the core knowledge you need right now. What did these leaders actually say about how humans and machines need to interact? And crucially, what does that mean for your career path like this year?
Okay, let's unpack it. So both Altman and Xiao, they really tackled those anxieties about AI and job displacement head on, right there in the discussion.
They knew who they were talking to.
Absolutely. An audience, an entire industry, really, that's bracing for some massive changes.
And what really jumped out at me was their shared belief.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't ignoring the transformation, not at all.
No.
But they both seemed convinced that the future holds, well, way more opportunity than threat. It's like a fundamental mindset shift they're asking for.
Precisely. They sort of framed this moment not as a crisis, but more like a transition. And they had a really clear call to action. Societies, professionals, you need to embrace adaptability and experimentation.
Rather than just, sitting back in fear or waiting for change to just happen?
Exactly. Don't just wait for it. And, the technical writing field often sees AI as this binary thing, right? Either replacement or preservation.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
But these leaders, they pointed towards a third way, which I think is really vital for our listener.
Okay, what's that?
It's this idea of redefinition. They emphasized that the future isn't really about widespread job loss. It's about a redefinition of roles.
Redefinition.
Yeah.
Okay. How does that work?
Well, it's powered by human creativity, constantly adapting. And, this is key, experimenting with the new tools.
Right.
So if you're a technical writer just doing, say, the rote tasks that AI can automate, well, yeah, that role is vulnerable. But if you shift to defining the governance, the quality standards, the structure for the AI output, then your role gets redefined, upwards even.
So instead of being the person writing, 200 standard paragraphs,
Right.
you're the expert deciding which 200 paragraphs are needed, validating the AI's output, making sure the tone, the consistency is right across maybe 20 languages.
Exactly. That shifts your value completely. It connects the human expert back to the strategy, the company's mission, not just the mechanical output.
Interesting.
And that idea of adaptation, it leads us perfectly into Altman's view. He had this really nuanced model for how technology actually weaves itself into society.
Yeah, because most people think of tech adoption like, boom, it just happens, like a sudden software update that messes up your whole workflow overnight.
That's the common idea Altman was pushing back against. He really challenged that notion that, quote, technology just drops onto society and society has to react.
Okay.
He argued that view is too simple, it creates unnecessary fear, and it actually misunderstands how big tech shifts have happened historically.
So what was his alternative? How does he see AI integration actually working?
He calls it a co-evolving system.
Co-evolving.
Yeah. Think of it less like a meteor hitting and more like an ongoing conversation, a dialogue.
Okay, explain that.
So technology moves forward. Let's say OpenAI releases a new model.
Right.
Then society changes in response. Technical writers, for instance, start building new tools, defining new standards based on what that model can do.
Makes sense.
Then technology changes again based on that feedback, how society shifted.
Yep.
Maybe OpenAI updates its models to handle structured documentation better because that's what writers showed was needed.
So it's like an iterative loop, a stable back and forth, as he put it.
Exactly. And he stressed that this kind of joint evolution is way more stable and way better for everyone because it minimizes the shock. It lets organizations like documentation teams adapt more gradually.
Okay, I can see how that applies to documentation. If your product team rolls out a new AI feature, The docs have to co-evolve with it. You adapt the content, the tools, the workflow, all at the same time.
Right. If you wait until the tech is totally finished and then react, you end up with this huge, painful gap in your documentation.
But if you co-evolve right alongside development,
you maintain stability, you stay relevant.
So this really changes the question we should be asking ourselves, doesn't it?
How so?
It's not just, will AI take my job? It's more like, am I actively participating in this co-evolution of my role? Or am I just waiting for the drop?
That's a great way to put it. Active participation versus passive reaction.
Okay, this is fascinating. Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Curt Robbins.
Hi, this is Curt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the AI for Technical Writers podcast. All right, before the break, we were talking about Sam Altman's idea of co-evolution, that sort of philosophical framework.
Right.
Now, let's switch gears a bit and look at G42 CEO Peng, because he brought a really practical angle to all this, didn't he?
He really did. Xiao kind of embodies G42's core philosophy, which is basically, if you're facing unknowns, future anxieties, the best thing to do is just try it. Experiment with it.
So for technical writers feeling that uncertainty, abstract fear isn't the answer.
No. Practical deployment, testing things out right away. That's the counter.
And crucially, he emphasized this experimentation isn't about rushing to full automation, right? He was strong on the human element.
Very strong. He specifically said, quote, "We still absolutely put humans at the center of this AI revolution."
Okay, that's important.
Yeah. The goal isn't to get rid of the technical writer. It's to arm them, to empower them. The human expert, the one who gets the users, the standards, the product, they stay central, making the calls, driving decisions.
Right. And this leads to maybe the most concrete takeaway for our listeners. Xiao didn't just stick to philosophy. He gave a specific number, a metric about their current results.
Yes. This is the real-world impact of that human-centric, experiment-first approach. Xiao stated that G42 employees and partners are, get this, amplified today, 10 to 1 through AI agents.
10 to 1, wow.
Yeah, we're not talking small efficiency gains here. He called this 10.1 ratio a powerful productivity boost.
Okay, that sounds almost unbelievable. 10 times amplification. Is that just, corporate speak? And doesn't 10x automation mean you need fewer technical writers?
It's a fair question, a really important one. I think the key is understanding what exactly is being amplified 10x. It's not the human ability to think critically or reason or apply deep subject matter expertise. That's still 1x human stuff.
Right.
The 10x boost comes in the volume of tasks that are maybe more structured, repetitive, or derivative.
Like what for a tech writer?
Think about content migration projects, or mass localization into tons of languages, or updating all your compliance docs based on a new regulation, or even generating structured reference guides from code comments, things that take huge amounts of time but follow patterns.
Okay. So a team of, say, 5 tech writers using AI effectively, they could potentially handle the workload of 50.
Potentially, yes. But crucially, those 5 writers are now focusing almost entirely on the high-value work.
Like the governance, the validation, solving the complex problems.
Exactly. You shift from being primarily a content generator to being a content governor and architect. That 10.1 boost, that's the immediate reality that should perhaps quiet some of the anxiety about pure replacement.
Because the job itself evolves to managing that 10x amplification. Okay. Now, even with this huge productivity claim, Xiao did add a note of caution about the long term, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He was quite clear that while these immediate gains are massive, he does recognize that as we get closer to, potential superintelligence down the road.
Way down the road.
Way down the road, yes.
Yeah.
There might be additional risks we need to address. So it's like seize the current opportunity, the amplification, the co-evolution, but keep a sober eye on the very distant future.
Right. So, okay, let's boil this down for you, the technical writer listening right now.
Yeah.
What's the core message from GitEx Global?
I think it's pretty clear.
It seems to be. The future isn't about you being passively replaced. It's about actively co-evolving and about leveraging AI to get this potential 10x amplification of your current skills. So this knowledge shouldn't really cause anxiety. It should maybe spur you towards experimenting strategically in your own work.
And if that 10.1 amplification boost is real, even directionally, you need to be smart about where you apply it first, right? Yeah. We often hear about using AI for, like, basic first drafts, and that's fine. But maybe think bigger. If you really commit to experimenting this week, what specific part of your tech docs workflow could give you the biggest return?
Like what?
Well, maybe automating content governance for compliance, or finally nailing that code-to-doc conversion process, or tackling that huge localization backlog you've got.
Right, focus on the biggest bottleneck or the highest value repetitive task.
Exactly. Where could you realistically see something close to a 10x boost for your team? Making that choice and acting on it. That's what defines the modern, co-evolving technical writer today, I think.
That's a powerful thought to end on. Where can you get the biggest amplification right now?
Thank you for listening to the AI for Technical Writers podcast, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next week.